Hi, Cap. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your forecast for June 2014. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for subscribing with me, for tuning in, and for booking with me. It's been a very busy month, so I'm recording these videos on the last possible day in May, and editing them and uploading them all on the same day. So let's see how this goes. We're going to start off June with a Mercury retrograde. So this is on June 7th through the 30th of June. Mercury is going to retrograde at 3 degrees Cancer from June 7th until June 17th, and then he goes deeper into his retrograde into Gemini from the 17th until the end of June. He safely clears his shadow on the 26th of July. However, effective July 1st is when he goes direct. Okay, so retrograding first into Gemini, this will be your, retrograding first into Cancer is your 7th house of relationships and business partnerships if you're not in a relationship. This could slow down maybe the development of someone you are dating. It doesn't mean it's over, it doesn't mean it's going to break. It just means there's a slower, more restful pace to this. You might be reanalyzing the relationship you're in. A retrograde of Mercury, when the planet slows down 3 weeks at a time for 3 times a year, this is time to revise, rewrite, reanalyze, rethink, relax, reinvestigate the house and sector that the retrograde falls in. And for you, it's the 7th house and then the 6th house, which is where Gemini is for you. The 6th house is your routine and health and your daily regimen. So you could find some delays in maybe progress at this time in the 6th and 7th house sectors. Say that thrice. All these tongue twisters in astrology. Or maybe it's just me. On the 9th of June, Neptune retrogrades at 7 degrees Pisces, where Neptune has been comfortably stationed in its home sign of Pisces. Neptune is the ruler of that sign, where we also have Chiron retrograding in Pisces later on in June. But Neptune retrograding in your 3rd house will mean, okay, let's start here. Neptune is the planet of illusion and fantasy and dreaminess and drugs and disillusionment and rose-colored glasses. So that's when Neptune's direct. That's who he is. And he's in your 3rd house of communications and study and intellect and the mind. When he is retrograding, he takes off his rose-colored glasses and he sees things for exactly what they are. He sees it clearly. There's more information in the 3rd house coming to you that you'll be very aware of. Contracts and negotiations, neighbors and siblings. Things are coming to light that you can be seeing. You can be seeing new information that you haven't read before, that you haven't been exposed to before with Neptune retrograde. So that planet retrograding is actually a very positive thing. It takes the cloud of illusion away from the 3rd house for you, Cap, so you can see things for what they are. And you can also express them, okay? The 3rd house is communication. You could express things how you want to. They can be said the way they're supposed to be said and actually understood the way that people are meant to hear them. So that's super. On the 13th, there is our full moon at 22 degrees Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your 12th house. It's the sign right before you. So this is your secret house, your spirituality, your quiet self, your meditations, your premonitions. Having a full moon here could illuminate some aspect of spirituality for you, could bring an ending to something that you had been focusing on quietly to yourself. It could bring out a secret too, because that is a secretive house for you. Looking around this wheel, and you've got a lot of action actually. about this 12th house, the the spiritual self, or the quieter houses. Should be an interesting full moon. Nothing chaotic, but you'll be quieter at that time with a Mercury retrograde and the full moon in the 12th house. You won't be as expressive or active as you usually are, and that's okay. We do have Mars going direct now in Libra for you, and that's the 10th house of career. That's a good thing. That's where your action will be, in the 10th house. That's where most of your action should be. You have support there. On the 20th, well, Mercury retrogrades into Gemini on the 17th. I said that already, in the 6th house. You could find that your health might be a little bit under the weather. You'll need recuperation and rejuvenation and relaxing from the 17th to the 30th. Try to lighten your load of your schedule at that time, Capricorn. It would be in your best interest. On the 20th, Chiron is retrograding in Pisces, like I said, at 17 degrees in this 3rd house of communication. Chiron is the asteroid, the wounded healer. He wants you to heal and to really go deep into the wounds that are self-inflicted or where there is self-sabotage. So, and in your 3rd house, you could say things negatively about yourself that they want you to work on. You could also be negative in your expressions. Watch your tone and your wording in June. But you'll notice that you'll be getting information in order to make this a more positive form or way of expressing yourself. On the 21st, the sun goes into Cancer at 6:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm smiling like a little girl because that is my birthday. But also I find it fascinating that I was born on that day, and I'm a Gemini by 2 minutes. I was born at 8:04 in the morning on the 21st. And if the sun had transited just a little bit earlier, I would have been a Cancer. Well, it's hard to say. It's actually less than 2 minutes that I made it into Gemini. Anyway, that's the summer solstice, and it's the longest day of the year, and it's the first day of summer, and this is the sun shining in your 7th house, because Cancer for you, Cap, is your polar opposite. This is in a beautiful place because also where there is the sun, there is Jupiter. Okay, these are the two most abundant and beautiful and warm planets. Jupiter is abundant and expanding and ever-growing. And the sun, mixed with Jupiter in a 7th house, is the best kind of placement there could be. So you'll find beautiful aspects in your relationship. For those of you in a relationship, it's just a very loving time. You're probably feeling like the luckiest person in the world with Jupiter there because it's luck and abundance. But if you're not in a relationship, this aspect could really bring one in. The sun and Jupiter in the 7th, keep your eyes open because there is someone around you. I don't feel like it's like someone going to pop out of the bushes, but there could seriously be development when the sun is in Cancer, which lasts until July 21st. On the 23rd of June, Venus transits into Gemini. I love a Venus transit, and Gemini is your 6th house. So even though Mercury is retrograding there, you have beneficial support with Venus, the planet of love and money, kind of balancing out Mercury's problems, Mercury's slowpoke pace. So I'm not so concerned about this retrograde. Out of the 3 that we have this year, this one in June, the middle one, is the most mild. Okay, so February was our first one, and that was a doozy. That was a hard hitter. October's the next one, so this one is mild, and at least it's a little bit mild for you in comparison to some of the other signs. But Venus in the 6th will bring love and beautification to the 6th house of daily routine. Not necessarily the home environment, but you might find, actually you might be blessed with some money or financial support here in the 6th house of Gemini, because the sun's transiting out of there too, and Venus and the sun as a combo in the top half, or the top through the 3rd half of the month, is a blessing. You could find a very beneficial way to structure your day. Something could come to you about the health of your pets as well. Just throwing that out there, because 6th house is animals and pets. I'm also pulling this, Queen of Coins. Oh, Capricorn, the earth sign. There's some growth in development with the home and the finances with the Queen. She's mastering, oh, okay, and Venus, planet of beautification, has to do with the Queen of Coins because she is the goddess of love and money, almost. Not necessarily Venus herself or Aphrodite, but close enough, because she's holding all the fruits of her, that she's just picked, the growth of her endeavors, and earning an income from doing so. So she's mastering her environment and occupation. On the 25th through the 28th, we have an exact opposition. Okay, and between these two planets, this happens every 2 years where they oppose each other. Uranus, who is stationed in Aries, the planet of shock and sudden surprise and jolts of electricity and invention, is directly across from Mars, who's stationed in Libra, now direct, thankfully. But through the 25th to the 28th, you're going to find opposition between the 4th and the 10th house of home and career. You're trying to balance your schedule, Capricorn. You're trying to figure out how much time you need to spend at home and when you're needed in the home, and how much time and energy you're expending and expelling in the career of the 10th house. I want to pull some cards about this. King of Vessels. Use your intuition to let you know the answer to that. This is a very psychic card. You'll be getting information with the full moon in the 12th. Downloaded psychic energy, information of how you can better balance the opposition in the 4th and the 10th house for you, between Mars and Uranus. We end the month with, on the 27th, there's a new moon. We're doing full to new moons now in the month. Remember that. We switched it up 3 months ago. This new moon is 5 degrees Cancer in the 7th house again. It's really all about your 6th, 7th, and 12th house. But having a new moon in the 7th really does indicate people who are looking for that soulmate or monogamous energy. You can put it out there and plant your seeds of intention for the end of June through the 27th. And that lunar phase of the 28 days, and you can watch something manifest. You have a lot of planetary support bringing in relationships for Capricorns at this time. I want to pull another card for you. Also, I want to let you know, if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can find me at audreyallison.com. And I'm also on Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. You can find me there. Okay. For June, not the most positive, but this is actually rejection. And I'm feeling that it's 10th house since it is the 10 of Swords. Some of you might not have been happy about having to choose between working from home or working outside of the career. You might have been rejected from a job offer. Don't let it deter you. The retrograde will show you some delays, but you'll be comfortably placed with where you need to be by the end of the month. You have too much support to not really find your way. You're being led on an intuitive level. You have to trust your instincts. And if you were rejected in the 10th house of career, if you didn't get something you had hoped for, please trust that you're being led to something that better suits you. I want to pull another card because I really don't like to end on the way that card looked. So let's just get it together here. Okay, this is your psychic intuition. Cups. 7 of Cups is guidance, tools, heating. Oh, you have all the tools you already need, Capricorn, to implement your successes in the career and in the home and in the relationship. Keep that in mind. Thanks for tuning in and for Google Plussing me and for sharing and liking these posts. I'm Audrey Allison, and I will see you in July. Thanks for your patience, and have a sweet day. Bye.